What I'd like to talk to you right now is about rifles. Throughout my predator calling experience, I have gone through an evolutionary process with rifles. I started off with what you would say is pretty much a prairie dog rifle. It was a 22-250, heavy stock, heavy 26-inch barrel with a 6-24 scope on it. That was good because when I first started off calling, I was really bad caller, and everything hung up out there a long ways from me, so the long-range rifle actually worked for me. Well, the better I got calling, the closer that the coyotes and fox and bobcat came into me, and the rifle didn't work, so I had to change. And I found myself switching from rifle to rifle, trying to find calibers that worked the best, and it was a long process, and I'm not going to admit to this, but I'd say probably in a neighborhood of about $20,000 to $25,000 in firearms was spent trying to find the right one. Of course, if you ask me this in front of my wife, I will have to deny it completely and totally. But it was fun, it was exciting to go through all these rifles and try the ones out that worked the best. So I switched over and tried to go to smaller rifles, lighter weight rifles, and I ended up with like a Ruger Mini 14, a little semi-automatic in 223. The accuracy wasn't as perfect as I wanted, so I worked my way into the AR family of all the different varieties and found out that they worked extremely well for predator calling. What it did is it gave me an opportunity to see my target when I pulled the trigger. Because of light recoil on the AR-15, you could pull the trigger on light, low power scope, and you could see where you were hitting. You could watch the impact of it hitting the animal, which was awesome, but you also had that initial immediate backup of your second, third, or fourth shot. Now, some of the states allow for a 5-shot magazine capacity, and check your local and state areas of what you're allowed to have in where you're hunting. But this was just awesome. I never found one that was absolutely perfect. What I had to do was start the same way you can start. Go to the closet or go to the gun safe, take out your favorite rifle, and start with that. Now, it may be a 243, it may be a 270 or .6, or even a 338 or 300 Win Mag. The caliber don't really matter. That is the most awesome thing about predator calling. Whatever you own works. And if you get a chance, try everybody else's stuff too. Try, a friend's gun. Shoot this, shoot that. Go back on your past experience of different guns you have. Because predator calling is different than everybody else. It is not your same as your grass eaters. You're out there hunting the killers. So find a rifle that you're extremely comfortable with, that you can shoot in a sitting or a kneeling position, or if you walk up on one and it's a freebie, you can pick up that rifle, unsling it, bring it up, and put that shot. A good way to help you make those shots is a game we come up with called the Paper Plate Challenge. What we did was take a regular common paper plate and we'd put them up at different distances like 25, 50, 75, and 100 yards. We then gave ourselves 30 seconds to fire 5 shots out of our rifle, if they were capable of holding that much, and see who could put that in there offhand in those 30 seconds. It was a tremendous amount of fun, very embarrassing, and a lot of paper plates at 100 yards survived to be eaten lunch off of. But it was great anyway. But we got to where we could hit the paper plates. Then we put a 2-inch dot in the middle of the paper plate and started the process all over again at 25, 50, 75, and 100. And very few people I know were able to stand in an offhand position or sitting position like on your calling stool or your bucket or whatever and put all 5 shots or 3 shots in some of the rifles in that dot at 100 yards. It seems so easy, but it is difficult. The same way as when you go out there and you're calling and that coyote comes in, it looks so simple. You must know your rifle. You must know its limitations and its abilities to get on that target, get the shot off, because in several hundred coyotes that I have harvested, I go back and keep statistics on, and I found out that I have a window of 3 to 5 seconds to get that shot off with my rifle. Sometimes the coyotes just won't cooperate, and you're going to have to make an incredibly good shot with that rifle. So be very familiar with it. Make sure it's one you really like. If you're not comfortable with what you own, please, by all means, go to one of your favorite sporting goods store, talk to the guys behind the counter, and ask them what they would recommend for a Predator rifle, or see what the new thing is out there for today, and see, what can I do? What's out there? Well, let me try this. Let me try that. Find the one you're extremely comfortable with, because you're going to live with that thing if you're Predator calling, because you're going to spend day after day in the field with that rifle. Constantly check your zero. Predator hunting is very rough on your equipment and very rough on your rifle and your scope combinations. That would be an excellent opportunity to go out there and pull a trigger anyway, which we all love to do. So find your rifle, whichever one it is, and if there's something you're just not comfortable with what you have in a closet or your gun safe, come on down to the sporting goods stores, ask them about what they would recommend. Find something that's maybe lightweight, maybe quick handling for you. You may just want that one good, powerful bolt action shot. You may want the follow-ups of a semi-automatic, but find something you're comfortable with and that you stay consistently in your shots. Because I'm telling you, varmint hunting is a trophy sport. It is excellent. If you can get those with your rifle, you've done extremely well. Let me take another quick second of your time to show the rifle that I have evolved to. This has become my companion and my baby, and I will never depart from this thing at all. This is the AR in 308. It's an extremely good platform to work with. The 30 caliber gives you a wide variety of bullets to work with. Bullet weights from 110 to 220. It gives you match grade barrels. I have shot this to prove to people and to myself most of all that on the bench with good, I'd say, target ammunition, that I could shoot 4 to 5 inch groups at 500 meters off the bench with this gun, and it will do it consistently. I've made shots with this gun on coyotes at over 400 yards, and I've also taken the exact same gun and made shots on fox and coyote at less than 10 feet. It's neat to have a gun that can do all these different things for you, and this is where I ended up. Now, this may be way too expensive for a lot of people because these things are not cheap. So find what you have, use what you have, and if you get an opportunity to go out there and become one with one of these babies, I suggest you do so, because I don't think you'll ever be disappointed than to have a thumper like an AR in 308. So it works extremely well. If you get a chance to try one of these out or buy one, go somewhere, grab one of them, and do yourself a favor and pull the trigger a few times, and you will be thoroughly impressed. It may actually replace that old deer rifle of yours, and it may not. But remember, whatever you have in your closet, that is the best rifle for you.